My name is Cesar Maxit, and I was born in Argentina, and my family moved to Houston, Texas when I was 6, and so I grew up in the Ashford area.
These guys are coming from Texas, Houston, Texas.
Yeah.
All right, welcome. Welcome to our art space.
Y'all doing?
Take a walk.
It's something that I kind of always did, you know, like I was always, you know, sketching, doodling, drawing, making art and stuff. And then when it was time to sort of like think about college, I decided that I wanted to be an architect. And so it wasn't all it was cracked up to be, working in the professional corporate world as an architect. And so I found that just to feel like I was contributing in a positive way to society and to my community, I really had to engage beyond my professional world and engage outside of work with like community groups and different like nonprofits on different issues. So that's where like a lot of my art really like flourished and developed, is in service to different groups working around like changing positive social change. And so,
I mean, it's not happening right now, but sometimes this trigger will stick.
Got it.
So just make sure you're not, you know, take your time when you're letting go with these things.
it means that I get to work with in a lot of different mediums and with a lot of different folks, and it's new challenges, but it's really an exciting way to be involved in like contemporary arts. We need to cut them this way, so we need to use the the miter saw anyways.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, will it be easier and safer to just use the miter saw also to chop them this way as well?
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
Maybe not.
Chop them that way and then up the middle.
Yeah, my name's David Turnbull. I'm campaigns director with Oil Change International. I've been helping out do outreach to organizations all around the country to get involved in the People's Climate March. And today I'm here making signs about Stop Funding Fossils. That's a block that we're going to be leading as Oil Change International that's focused on stopping governments and private institutions from funding fossil fuels.
Yeah, my name is Graham Boyle. I'm here working on a project for Cesar Maxit, the designer and artist who made this piece, and we're just printing 150 flags for Oil Change International.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Cesar Maxit helped design this really beautiful banner with a dinosaur with smokestacks coming out of its back, and it's gorgeous, and it really tells the story about how we're funding these fossil fuels that we really need to be keeping underground.
Shit, I'm glad I bought it, because at first I was like, oh, might not be anybody using this but me.
Fuels. We know that we need to keep them in the ground, yet governments are spending billions upon billions of dollars to subsidize fossil fuels, and investments, endowments, etc. are investing in those fossil fuels that are ruining our planet and really imperiling future generations. So we're gonna
What it is, I created these fossils, these bones, but imagine them back into the shape of the dinosaurs that they were originally in, right? So you see the fossils, it's sort of like an X-ray, but the dinosaur, on its back, the bones have sort of grown all these, it sort of looks like an oil refinery. There's all these smokestacks and sort of flaring pipes and things. And so the dinosaur is standing on a mountain of money, eating that money, that funding, and its back is just spraying this big cloud of smoke that says "Stop funding fossils." And then the stop has a little meteorite coming in, sort of foreshadowing the end of fossil fuels. Don't get excited and be like, "Oh, we chopped those so fast, let's grab some more." It's like, we're not chopping everything.
All right, it's all right.
He's amazing. He's done such amazing design work for all of these different posters and design for the People's Climate March, and he's just a champion. He's amazing.
I would say on the one hand, it's an exciting time because I see a lot of younger Latino artists coming up, women, queer folks, and yeah, I see a lot of inspiring creative work being done. So, but also, yeah, it's known as a largely white movement, and it can be, honestly, it can be very challenging. I would say that there's a lot of strong allies, like I would say like white allies that sort of have some of the experience, have sort of like maybe gone through anti-oppression trainings and sort of understand some of the issues and really try to hear, because like, you know, they don't catch this stuff necessarily. I mean, big and small indignities, if you will, you know, it's sort of like, yeah, I feel like sometimes it's a little bit of a struggle, but that's part of the shift. It's like, that is what the struggle is like we're shifting the culture around it. We're trying to raise the voices of other folks, of other communities, and so yeah, I'd say it's a mix of like seeing the real positive stuff that's coming out, that's happening now, and then some of the challenges that are legacies of our movement and of our history. So that's what I'm thinking.